And keeping it in play.
Goodness, the one thing I was worried about there from Martin, it looked like he was over committing there even a little bit. A little worried about the freshman.
Expected to likely play the entirety of the second half. A turn of fire, it's blocked away. And Princeton continuing the pressure here. Jasinski looks for the cross, it's turned away. There from Cornell defender in front. That one's heading out of play, and it's going.
Taking away the angles, denying the wide pass to Martin.
We've seen Princeton do a very nice job of that high press.
Good individual defending decision there, offsides.
A week late in a way for the Haverford School alumnus. Had their leads things far side, it's brought in. Set it back one more time. Chipped in far side, was looking for Iacos.
Well, that was a dangerous ball.
Almost all of overtime. Really have not been able to get forward against this Princeton defense as they start a little bit of a run here. 8 minutes to go.
Well, I think part of the reason is I think they've had to defend far more than they're used to. Because it's
that Coach Smith is able to bring in. He's talked very highly of Hovan, I can tell you that right now. I mean, we'll see him potentially with a chance in the next couple minutes.
Harvard now with it at the top of the...
Got a starting 15 instead of a starting 11 in terms of quality caliber, high caliber players. I mean, Hovan, there's May, there's Diakos, Layton, a lot.
Looks like that was Ohea Quintana. The referee says play on, though. Now Cornell a chance to counter. 2:30 left in the half. All sorts of pushing and shoving on that run, and finally it's whistled. Now the referee will... Crimson had their chance early with the penalty, could not convert, and now have struggled to earn more scoring chances, although I think they've looked better since that second goal. Find them. Sam Latona now with it, trying to get it back to Miller, who's making the run. Miller frustrated he didn't get the ball back there, as now taken down was Hovan. He'll find Ka with Latona making a run. He'll find Hovan. Latona in the box. Hovan pushed off the ball, but in a legal manner. Play continues. It looks like it was Longerin, number 20 for Harvard. Now another Cornell player goes down, but the ref, I believe. That fourth spot will be interesting, whether it is Dartmouth or this Harvard team. Now Martin finds Hovan. Diakos is looking to make a run. Hovan now to the middle. Now to Kingy.
In moments. And there, I think were certain things that, like the penalty kick, there's not much you could do about that one-on-one against Harris as well. But I think certainly well done.
And then they will head presumably to Pennsylvania, but not guaranteed yet.
It's been what they've expected and then some. I mean, a phenomenal year so far, another home win for the Big Red, and definitely more to come potentially for what we could be.
There, just went up 5-4. A little ahead of the stat machine there. Hovan, Melly, and Johnson
1 minute.
Plays to center. Out to the left side. Hovan puts it across. And oh boy. Loco and
6.
Miller in transition.
5, 4,
Clarity reaching out.
3,
the ball played
2,
across. A nice
1,
stick by Duffy.
0.
And that's the half. So 45 minutes has shown us.
Here in this one. Ricky, I'm sure you were there. You watched it, that first meeting back on May 21st, 1910, the big 6-0 win for Cornell.
Remember it like it was yesterday? You remember that game? Ordered? Yet again, the pressure for Cornell, relentless. So if you are 9 with 9 goals in the season, nowhere to be found yet.
Here he is on it now, Korzanowski. From behind, cleanly won by Nate Hovan.
There's been a lot of those attacks. High as possible. He's the player that should be ending the attack, not starting it for Brian Gale on this Penn side. That's a discipline factor, right? Because when you are not seeing the ball as much as you want by tendency, like you mentioned, you want to drop in, but it's actually not doing well for your side because you're compacting the field. You're making it a lot smaller. So I do think the message
through for Kaeli. It's tangled up with Johnson.
Andrew Johnson, the center back.
Goes. Haven't tried too much of that as of late, though, Cornell. Just looking long, looking direct. How they ultimately were able to earn their penalty. Floated to the back post. Nobody there, was curling away. Falcon couldn't do anything with it. To Penn's feelings about the Monmouth loss. After Cornell lost to Yale, they didn't feel they needed any wholesale changes, any big fiery meeting. Just a 1-0 game that could have gone either way. But it did allow them that loss. So even though it's not a loss that makes you look in the mirror and reshape things, it still can just give you that extra little bit of focus. You never find, these moral victories in losses. Coaches hate doing that. Cornell ranked on ranked in the Ivy League here in Ithaca. Slotted through for Hovan. Nice give and go on the turn. A chance brewing here. Contacting the... Finds Hovan. Cornell's really found some more possession late in this half after Penn dominated early on. Had the give and go at the edge of the area. Miller intercepts it back. Miller now setting it up, feeding it through. Hovan slotting it inside for Fair. John Smith's going to be very happy with this first half if it stays this way. You took your one chance. You created the penalty.
Convert the confidence back again and look over the game plan, the way that you want to attack this next 45 minutes. You can spin all one-way traffic over the last 5 minutes here for the home side.
Balazs Fair. The first full reveal of that top 16. Will either of these teams be in there? Both in the top 16 in the coaches poll. But that committee ranking has proven to be very different in the last couple of years. Right side. Wagner trying to hold it up.
Not be surprised if we see Penn for the remaining 2 minutes here play a little bit more direct and try to win.
Joaquin Nahinki stands over it. Nahinki drops it in. Good ball flicked on and in! Penn right before half! Find the equalizer! Fell off of him. They scrambled to get him off the field and Curran on. He's been out there ever since. You imagine he would have come on at some point in this second half. Just don't know when. But that's why he's been out there. We've had his name called a few times. None bigger than that moment right there. Cornell playing from behind for the...
For it to find margins and little details. And that was very prevalent on our phone call with John Smith and Brian Gill. Little details matter, especially when you're talking about...
Under 5 to play. And looking to take it to the corner there. Free kick coming out for Cornell. Deflection that took an extra ricochet out for a throw. And everybody wearing blue got fired up about it.
Really difficult to not have the energy be infectious.
Control of that left side of the pitch. As that through ball is knocked. Raiders wanted a whistle there for some extra contact, did not get it. Instead, it's the Big Red who will go into the offensive side. Miller played that one into the middle. Miller again, this time comes out.
Cornell goal was scored by number 6, Sam Latona, with an assist from Liam May.
So just official word, the goal scored by Latona. And Chance now offensively. It's worked for you so far. You've got the 4-1 lead, so why not? Keep coming into the offensive end. Try and get as many shots as you can. 45, 55, 65 minutes.
Especially the way Colgate plays it, where everyone is playing the full 120 yards. And Coach Ronning didn't sub a lot in today's game, so maybe his players... So if I was a player on the team, I would be tired playing that way and not being subbed off. So
Save by Widrick. So Colgate has to clear, but they do get it out. But again, another one that got to Cornell in the box.
So I wonder how the collegiate game will be impacted if they switch to a forward clock with stoppage time.
Gave the Big Red a 1-0 lead. That's the only goal so far in this one.
In this game, far from over. Both sides with a lot of fight left.
On a hot day in Ithaca. Samway's with it now with some space. He's going to elect Kaw moved up to that second attacking spot after Loco checked out. He'll play it short for, that was Hovan. Now sent in by Carnival looking for Harris. Instead it's popped back. Now Johnson with it. Johnson towards Hovan. Referee blowing the whistle over and over again.
Absolutely.
Hovan now with it. To Martin.
As was the case in the Big Reds' last Ivy game against Yale, you know, there were 40 fouls called in that game and only 2 yellows, and a lot of players left beaten and bruised. Harris, one of them, who left with a bruise.
Yeah, nice pass towards Hovan on this near side. Nate Hovan working it in. He'll try to shoot it, but it'll be blocked by a Dartmouth defender.
October 5th. In Ithaca, New York, we really can see the fitness on full display for the Big Red. This is one side that Coach Smith said was the fittest and strongest team he's ever coached.
May found Martin there with that pass. On the far side, the Big Red, I think, now with the 3-goal advantage, able to use some of their substitutes, as now Martin's got it. He'll let one fly. Blocked, though, by the Big. Ball sent in towards Hovan. He's got it. But now it's poked away. Nice step, though, from Met. So far in this first half, 6 shots for the Big Red as they're going to look to add another. Across there is blocked, and it'll be a 5th Cornell corner. Tundi's a solid volley. Some free kicks in dangerous positions, but unable as the ball's put back into play. And it'll be out for another corner. That one caught me off guard. They played a little quick half. 3-0 Cornell. All goals thanks to the foot of Alex Harris. The sophomore, the reigning Ivy League freshman. That one sent long. Now Hovan, he'll get to it. Nice ball there from the Big Red back line. That one sent on by Carnival, but not through. Find him.
And May has some springs when he jumps. He gets up and wins aerials constantly as there's a lot of contact around midfield. The whistle blown.
Yep, another player down. That's Hovan. They fell behind early and were not able to hold back Alex Harris.
And there's so much soccer to play for Dartmouth. This loss, just a minor. Though there were a bit of nerves and they didn't have the best quality, at the end of the day, all these Ivy games are grinds, and so he's really proud of how hard the guys worked.
So both of these teams will move. Now here's a ball knocked forward for Hovan. Hovan's got it. He's got Kaw making a run. He'll find Kaw. Nice pass there. Kaw's got it. His shot off the post. Got it. Callahan works its way towards the middle, but unable to put a sequence of passes together, and Hovan's got it. And off and running are the Big Red. Alioun Kaw, lots of green in front of him.
Off the head of Miller. Hovan able to get ahead to it. And offsides Miller along that far side. Oh, and the late tackle on Martin Referee electing to play advantage.
Yeah, all ball at the beginning. A part of this first half, it's cooled down a little bit so far. But neither team going to want to pump the brakes here because they're still tied. Both of these teams want to come away with
restart. Not done yet are the Big Red. Latona.
Stole the words right out of my mouth. Exactly.
It's Loco with pace to the freshman Nate Hovan. Hovan to his left, back to his right. Nate Hovan now electing to play it safe to the right side. And here's a delayed attack. Liam May, his cross into the box and redirected for yet another goal. It's Nate Hovan, the first of his young Big Red career.
And you love to see the freshman get in on the action. Less than 5 to play, and now we've got a result that just simply does not tell the story of the game. First, we'll have the replay. Nice touch there. Liam May directing into the middle, deflected by McDermott.
Number 5 for number 5 with 5 to play. It's Nate Hovan, the 5th of this game.
You'd never guess that Cornell was down at half.
But if you're Coach Smith, that's exactly the result you want, to respond to that deficit and leave no doubt.
Substance compared to the official.
This kick from McDermott left atop the 18, and it will trickle back his way. Also in the game for the Big Red, it appears to be Sahid Novato Masso. The hustle from Hovan, not enough.
I believe I said 90, I meant 60.
Latona, the combination. Oh, and you can hear the shouts from Justin Melly and Andrew Johnson. Pleased to see that. The intensity that has persisted late in this game. Oh, what a turn from Samways. He's been brilliant on the ball.
It looked like Freeburg was going to be able to get there if Melly was able to hold off. But Cornell able to come away with the possession regardless.
And here's Ka. Kingy across to May.
Very
that
strong.
One driven. Miller will soccer. There's teams that are good anywhere, no matter who they're playing against. You think of Marshall last season and Hofstra. What can you say about these smaller schools that really overperform expectations?
And it breaks my heart because the Pac-12 no longer around. But of course, that's another conversation. But even you look at the conference that Marshall has played this.
Oh, and here's Nate Hovan. The game's not over. Contact inside the box. His cross to Latona. Played to Fair. Balazs Fair at the buzzer.